and provide excellent information. And so so for those that were, actually, let's go ahead and call the roll first. Tom Follett.
Here.
Jeff Noodleman.
Here.
PJ Christopher.
Here.
Claudio Campuzano is here. And I don't think we've got...
Betsy Emery is joining now.
Oh, she is. Okay, great. So we were just calling the roll, Betsy, just in time. Betsy Emery.
I'm here.
Great. All right. So just a little background for folks that were not at the last meeting. We actually just barely had a quorum. We had one item to vote on. The item failed, but it was 2-0 with an abstention. So it's an important piece of work that the district is looking to move forward on. I think that a lot of the information was conveyed in the email that we received from Jim. Thank you, Jim. And I know that the packet also had quite a bit of information. So we wanted to get everybody together to have a full board discussion and revote if necessary, or revote that item. So I don't know if staff wanted to jump in and give any background on the item before we do for those that were not here last time, or if members feel like they got enough from the packet.
I wouldn't mind just adding a few things for the record. And I again want to start. Thank you guys for taking extra time. Betsy, before you joined, I also expressed appreciation for the feedback that we got about this from a number of the boards, not just this one. That feedback was really helpful. And I think under the circumstances with the midst of this transition going on, we really could have provided a better, fuller context and information about this item to all the boards at the last meeting. So again, for those of you who reached out to help me see that, I really appreciate it. And we will endeavor to incorporate that feedback going forward. We did meet with SDIC earlier, and there was again some additional questions. So I would encourage you, if you have questions, please ask. We want you to have the information you need. And just very briefly, want to remind the board that this is an on-call contract. And so it does establish a relationship with the vendor, but the specific language in the contract does not obligate the district to any specific amount of spending. We are planning to use the remaining dollars in the Penn One budget for contracted services for this work in the current fiscal year. That work will be to onboard these consultants, share some of our real estate files with them, and get them integrated in with the Corps of Engineers and some of our jurisdictional partners who are helping us with all of this real estate work. For those of you who don't know, we really need strong easements to ensure that there's an ongoing public interest in the properties so that the feds and our bond revenues can be invested in the projects to improve the flood safety system. So that's sort of the context for the work. In terms of controls, we can only do task orders that are consistent with adopted budgets, and anything over $100,000 requires separate board approval. And this work is important in order for us to keep pace with the Corps of Engineers and the work they're doing in the design phase of the PMLS program. So we're excited to move it forward. And again, Penn One has just about $8,000 this year that in the first task order will be used to onboard these consultants should we be successful in getting your approval today. With that, again, thank you so much for taking the extra time. My regrets for not providing better information to you initially, and my thanks for the feedback that we received to hopefully do better the next time. So staff's happy to answer any questions you may have.
Great, thank you, Jim. Are there any questions or other? Oh, Wendy, I think we've got it in the chat twice now. Only need one motion. But if there are no other questions or comments, any discussion? All right. Do I hear a motion?
I'll go ahead and do the motion.
I move to approve and authorize the executive director or their designee to negotiate and sign a contract for on-call real estate consultant services with a maximum contract value of $400,000 with Common Street Consulting LLC for a term of 5 years.
Do I hear a second?
A second.
Tom Collette seconds. So let's call the roll. Let's start with Tom Collette,
Aye.
Jeff Noodleman,
Aye.
PJ Christopher,
Aye.
Betsy Emery,
Aye.
Claudio Campuzano. I vote aye. The motion passes unanimously. Thank you, everybody. Oh, you're muted, Jim.
First Zoom call. Thanks everybody for the extra time once again and the feedback. If you have more, do share it. Happy to take it and work with it, and appreciate getting smarter about how to do these things.
Right. Well, with that, have a motion to adjourn. We don't do that here, do we? I'll just suggest that we adjourn.
Appreciate you
Awesome.
guys.
Pen one is adjourned.
That's a nicely timed meeting right there.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah,
All right.
Thanks, so.
Thank you, everybody. Take
Thanks,
care.
everyone.